Good morning and Assalamu alaikum students. Can you hear me? Good morning and Assalamu alaikum everybody. Can you hear me class 10? Nobody is answering me, beta. I'm waiting for your reply. Can you hear me all? Okay. Okay, for you. Okay, let's start our lecture now. Just give me a second to admit all the students. Walaikum salam, Amna beta. Okay. So today we have lecture number 46 and date is 9th of October 2020, and as I have told you in your physical class as well that I have decided your English literature will be done through virtual classes, and the group which was present on the last working day, I have explained you, I have informed you, I have told you that SIN board has compressed and condensed your course. Okay, few of the lessons have been, you can say, removed from your book. Removed in what sense? That lessons are there, but they will not be part of your syllabus this year. Okay, because short of time, a few lessons have been omitted, and even I have informed the students about the lessons which are included in your syllabus, and from where the exams will be taken. Inshallah, the group which will be coming to me on Monday, inshallah, I will inform them as well. So that is why I have decided that only we are left with 6 more lessons. According to the new syllabus of English literature, we are left with 6 more lessons only. So that is why I have decided that your English literature lectures will be given through virtual classes, and your English language lectures will be conducted with the help of physical classes, because English literature is quite easy and understandable because you all are having your books with you in front of you. Okay, so it is very easier for all of you to understand and to know about the lecture of English literature. But English language is something that is more easier and understandable through physical class. Okay, so that is why I have decided that from now onwards, we will have our English language lectures in physical classes, and we will have our English literature lectures through virtual classes. So please, once you complete your assignment that is uploaded on Google Classroom, once you complete it, kindly, after completing your assignment in your literature journals, bring your journals the next day for checking. Don't make your assignments pending. Please, इस चीज़ की कोशिश करें कि your assignments should not be pending at all. You have to do them very timely and punctually. And after completing assignment, this is your responsibility, this is your duty to bring your journal next day for the checking, because your language journals will be checked on the daily basis. As once we will do something in language class, in physical class, I will collect your journals for checking, but your literature journals assignments are going to be uploaded through Google Classroom. So please, I am repeating my words, and kindly mark my words that after completing your given assignments, kindly complete them on time. After completing them timely, punctually, bring them your journals on the very next day and give them to me for the checking. Okay, I hope I am clear to all of you. So today we are going to have English literature lecture, and it's lecture number 46, and date is 9th of October 2020. And what is the topic that I have included for today's lecture? After completing the lesson, an African village, after completing your lesson, an African village, the next lesson is lesson number 16 and page number is 61. You can open your English books in front of you. If you have your English books with you, you can open in front of you. Page number is 61 and lesson number is 16. And name of the lesson is King Goose and the Spider, and it's basically a poem, and it is written by Eliza Cook. Okay, who is the poetess of this poem? She is a female, poetess, and her name is Eliza Cook, and name of the poem is King Goose and the Spider. Basically, it's kind of a story, and mostly people say that it's a true story. It's a true tale. It really happened in reality as well. Okay, and so the name of the poem is King Goose and the Spider, and the writer or the poet of this poem is a female. A lady has written this poem, and the name of that lady, that poetess, is Eliza Cook. Okay, so obviously, as we always do before starting the poem, we always first understand and read the introduction of the poet or poetess. Obviously, we have poetess here, a female person here. So first of all, we are going to read about the introduction of the poetess. Introduction of the poetess. This poem is written by Eliza Cook, and she was born in 1818 and died in 1889. So obviously date of birth and date of death, these two dates are very important for you to learn. And she was born in London. Name, place of the birth is also mentioned here. What is the place of birth? The place of birth is London. She was the youngest of 11 children. Okay, it means that there were 11 siblings, and she was the youngest of them. वो सबसे छोटी थी. She was entirely self-educated and wrote verses from the age of 14. Since 14, since the age of 14, she had started writing the poetry. Her first volume being published at 17. Kindly learn this line as well, underline this line if you have your books with you. This is something very important, that her first volume being published at 17. It means when she was only 17 years old, her first volume was published. In 1849, she edited and published Eliza Cook's Journal. Her work is simple and highly moral. In this poem, she teaches the reader what she always practiced in her own life: to keep on trying and never to be discouraged. Okay, whatever she has taught to other people, she also practiced in her daily life as well. And what is the basic motive of her poetry was, the basic purpose or the basic aim of his writing was, his poetry was, to keep on trying, and never to be discouraged. The basic purpose, the basic motive of her poetry was to keep on trying and never to be discouraged. And this poem, King Goose and the Spider, is actually about the motivation, about the willpower, and about the encouragement. Basically, Eliza Cook wants to tell us that we should never be discouraged. We should have a very strong willpower, and we should keep on trying. Okay, these are the basic messages that this poetess wants to give us through her poetry. So if you talk about the introduction of the poetess, what is important? Her date of birth and date of death, which is 1818 and 1889. The place of birth is London, and she was the youngest of 11 children. She was entirely self-educated and wrote verses at the age of 14. And please keep it in your mind, when she was only 17 years old, her first volume was published in 1849, and the name of that volume was Eliza Cook's Journal. Okay, and her work is very simple and highly moral. Basically, what she has practiced in her daily life, she taught in her poetry. And the basic motive and the basic purpose of his writing or the poetry was to always keep on trying, to have a very strong willpower, and we should never be discouraged. Okay, this is all about the introduction of the poetess. Okay, let's move forward. Now we have stanza number 1. Basically, this poem has altogether 12 stanzas, kind of a very lengthy poem, but the explanation of these stanzas is very, very simple and very, very easy. Basically, it's kind of a tale or a story, and mostly people say that it's the actual story, it's the true story, कि असल में ऐसा हो चुका है. And in this poem or in this tale, what happened? That King Bruce, the name, there are two basic characters in this poem. One is King Bruce and the second one is a little spider, जिसको उर्दू में मकड़ी भी कहा जाता है. And if I am not wrong, in our childhood we have read मकड़ी का जाला टाइप कुछ इस तरह का नाम है जो हमने अपनी उर्दू में एक इस तरह का कुछ पढ़ा भी हुआ है, if I am not wrong. So basically there are two basic characters in this poem. The one is King Bruce and the second one is the little spider. And little spider gives us lesson to the poet, to the king. King Bruce learned a lesson from a very tiny creature, which is spider. And what is that lesson? That is the lesson of motivation, willpower, or you can say a strong determination. Okay, so let's start reading. King Bruce of Scotland flung himself down in unlonely mood to think. "'Tis true." Okay, "'tis" here means this. "'Tis true he was monarch and wore a crown, but his heart was beginning to sink." First of all, I will give you the meanings of difficult words. To flung oneself down means to throw oneself violently on a bed or on the floor. अपने आप को या किसी दूसरे को बहुत ताकत के साथ जमीन पर गिराना, फेंकना या बेड पर फेंकना या गिराना. Okay, monarch means king. Okay, so King Bruce of Scotland, basically he was the king and his name was Bruce and he was the king of Scotland. He flung himself down or threw himself down on the floor, अपने आप को बहुत कुव्वत के साथ, ताकत के साथ जमीन पर फेंका, in a lonely mood to think. Why did he flung himself down? Because he wanted to be lonely, he wanted to be alone, वो अकेला रहना चाहता था, and to think. What to think? It is true he was monarch. ये बात हकीकत है, ये बात सच है कि वो बादशाह था. He was the king and wore a crown, or being a king, he wore a crown. Obviously, he was wearing a crown, वो ताज पहनता था, but his heart was beginning to sink. Sink means डूबना. Obviously, the basic character of his poem is King Bruce. He was the king of Scotland, but he was feeling so lonely, he was feeling so alone. That is why he threw himself on the floor or on the bed. This is the fact that he was the king. And being a king, he was wearing a crown also. But in spite of this thing that he was a king and he was wearing a crown, his heart was beginning to sink. It means that he was so tensed, he was so worried, and he was so, his heart was loaded with, his heart was full of tensions and worries. If you remember your class 9, The Miller of the Dee, if you remember that poem, there was a comparison between a miller of the Dee and a king. A miller of the Dee was living a very, very relaxed life, very, very easy life, simple life, and king was full of worries. This is kind of the same thing that King Bruce was the king of Scotland, but he was feeling so alone and lonely, and he threw himself on the floor. Why? Because he was a king and he was wearing a crown, but in spite of being a king, बादशाह होने के बावजूद, his heart was beginning to sink. He was full of worries and he was full of tensions, and his heart was so flooded with tensions and worries. His heart was not relaxed at all. Okay, okay, now we are moving forward. Acha, for your convenience, for your ease, I have made a slide of explanation as well. In these lines, poetess tells that King Robert Bruce of Scotland had been defeated in the battlefield. हो सकता है कि उसको किसी जंग में नाकामी का सामना करना पड़ा हो. That is why he was feeling so alone and lonely, and he threw himself down on the bed or on the floor, flung down himself on couch in despair. Despair means disappointment. He was feeling so disappointed. He was feeling very sad. He began to think, no doubt he had been crowned as a king, but the pressure of difficulties faced by him made him lose the heart. Okay, because of that failure, he was feeling so sad and he was feeling so disappointed, and he flung himself down on the couch because he was so disappointed. He was crowned with a king because with a crown because he was a king. But instead of, in spite of this thing that he was a king, he was facing lots of worries and tensions, and the pressure of difficulties was being faced by him, and this made him so disappointed and disheartened. Okay, let's move forward. Now we have stanza number 2. Uh, For he had been trying to do a great deed to make his people glad. He had tried and tried, but couldn't succeed, so became quite sad. Okay, as in first stanza, you have read in the explanation that he was defeated in the battlefield. मैदाने जंग में उसको हार का सामना करना पड़ा, जिसकी वजह से he was so disheartened, he was so sad. He had been trying to do a great deed. It means that he was trying and trying again and again to win something, to win that battle. Why? To make his people happy and glad. He wanted to make his people happy and glad. That is why he was trying hard to win that battle in the field, but he was a failure. अब आप देखें कि ये कितनी अच्छी बात है कि he was doing something to make his nation, to make his people happy and satisfied, कि वो अपनी कौम के लिए, अपने लोगों के लिए, अपनी रियाया के लिए वो ये जंग जीतना चाहता था कि उसके लोग उससे खुश हो जाएं, satisfied हो जाएं. And he tried and tried, but could not succeed. और वो बार बार इसको जीतने की कोशिश कर रहा था. He was trying hard to win. He was trying hard to win, but couldn't succeed. लेकिन वो इसमें कामयाब नहीं हो सका. So became quite sad, and this thing was making him so sad. That is why after disappointment, after failure in the uh, battlefield, he flung himself down on the floor, on the couch, because he wanted to be alone. वो अकेला रहना चाहता था और वो सोचना चाहता था. Okay, he had been trying to do a great deed means वो एक बहुत अच्छा काम करना चाहता था, to make his people glad, to make his nation happy. अपने लोगों को खुश करने के लिए, अपने लोगों को एक सरप्राइज देने के लिए he wanted to do, he tried to do a great deed. And he was trying hard. He was trying again and again, but could not succeed. And this thing made him so sad, and he flung himself down on the floor to be alone and to think. Okay, the explanation of the second stanza. In these lines, poetess tells that King Robert Bruce had been trying to gain freedom for his country. He had fought many battles, but he was defeated. He had been doing his best to make his people happy. Due to continuous failures, he was disappointed. Obviously, this is the nature of a person. ये इंसान की फितरत है, आदत है कि बार बार मेहनत करके, बार बार कोशिश करके, once when you lost, जब आप खो देते हैं किसी चीज़ को, you feel very disappointed and you feel yourself as a failure कि आप नाकाम हो चुके हैं. But obviously इसीलिए हमारा इस्लाम, हमारा दीन हमें इस चीज़ का मजहब देता है, सबक देता है कि वी शुड नेवर बी डिसहार्टेड. हमें कभी भी हिम्मत नहीं हारनी, उम्मीद का साथ छोड़ना, क्योंकि ना उम्मीदी कुफर है। अगर हम उम्मीद छोड़ दें तो खुदा न खास्ता हम कुफर के जुमरे में आ जाते हैं कि हम खुदा न खास्ता काफिर कहलाएंगे. So that's what the writer, the King Bruce was feeling at that time. He was feeling so disappointed. He was feeling so sad because of that again and again continuous failure. Okay. So now we have stanza number 3. He flung himself down in a low despair, as grieved as man could be, and after a while, as he pondered there, I will give it all up, said he. Okay, first of all, I will give you the meanings of difficult words. In a low despair means downhearted, discouraged, मायूस हो जाना, नाकामी का शिकार हो जाना, दिल छोड़ देना, उम्मीद का साथ छोड़ देना. And pondered means thought, सोच, to think, सोचना. Okay? अच्छा, grieved का मीनिंग मैंने वर्ड्स मीनिंग्स में ऐड नहीं किया, but the meaning of grieved is to be sad. Okay, to be sad and to be unhappy, मायूस होना, नाखुश होना, all these cover under the meaning of grief. Okay, so he flung himself down in a low despair. Again, the same thing, again, the same line, again, the same meaning, that after continuous efforts, when he was failed, after continuous efforts, when he was a failure, he was unable to achieve that victory. He was unable to make his people happy. He flung himself down in a low despair. He threw himself on the floor because of disappointment, because of failure. As grieved as man could be, और वो इतना उदास था, इतना नाखुश था, इतना मायूस था कि जितना एक इंसान हो सकता है, जितना कि एक इंसान मायूस और नाखुश हो सकता है, वो उतना ही उदास था. And after a while, as he pondered there, और जब मायूसी के साथ उसने अपने आप को जमीन पे गिराया और सोचना शुरू किया, I will give it all up, said he. Finally, what he has decided, finally, what he has thought, he thought that I will give it all up. I will give up all my efforts. I will give up all my attempts. उसने कहा, I will not attempt again. I will not go in the battlefield again. I will not try to achieve this victory again. I am the failure. I am a bigger, you can say, I am a loser. I can't make my people happy. So what was the final decision? क्योंकि उसने अपने आप को बहुत जोर से नीचे फेंका था, क्योंकि वो अकेला रहना चाहता था और वो कुछ सोचना चाहता था. After thinking, what was his final decision? What he had finally decided? He finally decided that I will give it all up. मैं तमाम कोशिशें जो अब तक करता हुआ आ रहा हूँ, to make my people happy, to make my people proud, to make my people surprised, I will give up all my efforts and attempts. मैं अब मजीद की कोशिश नहीं करूँगा, मैं अब मजीद इस चीज़ के लिए मैदान जंग में जीतने के लिए नहीं जाऊँगा. So till now, this was the final decision of the king. अब final decision यही था कि वो मजीद कोशिश नहीं करेगा. Okay, explanation. In these lines, poetess tells that King Robert Bruce threw himself down on a couch in disappointment. He was stricken. Stricken जिस तरह हम कहते हैं heat stricken, गर्मी के सताए हुए लोग. Stricken means सताए हुए. He was stricken with grief. वो अफसोस का सताया हुआ था, वो गम से सताया हुआ था, वो गम का मारा हुआ था, वो गम से निढाल था. He thought over again and again and decided at last to give up the struggle. वो इस कदर अफसोस में था, वो इस कदर grief stricken था. He was so sad, he was so you can say unhappy, that after thinking again and again, he had finally decided to give up all his efforts and struggles. आखिरकार उसने सोच लिया और फैसला कर लिया कि वो अब अपनी तमाम मेहनत और तमाम कोशिशों को दोबारा नहीं करेगा और वो तमाम कोशिशों को तर्क कर देगा. ओके, अच्छा जी. Now we have stanza number 4. Now, just at the moment a spider dropped, with its silken cobweb clue, and the king in the midst of his thinking stopped to see what the spider would do. Now, from stanza number 4, a new character is being added up in this poem, and this new character is of a little spider. अब कहना चाहिए कि किंग ब्रूस की लाइफ में अब एक टर्निंग पॉइंट आ रहा है. This is the turning point in the life of King Bruce because of the presence or because of the entry of this very little creature or a very little spider. Spider means makdi or makra, you can say. Okay. Now, because of this entry of this new character, the life or the thoughts or the thinkings of King Bruce are going to be changed. इस छोटी सी क्रिएचर की वजह से किंग स्पाइडर की जिंदगी बदलने जा रही है. उसकी सोच में एक तब्दीली आने जा रही है. His thinkings and his thoughts are going to be changed. Now let's see what happens. Now just at the moment a spider dropped. पहले तो मैं आपको इनके मीनिंग्स बता दूं. Cobweb. What is the meaning of cobweb? Fine network of single thread made by a spider, जिसको उर्दू में मकड़ी का जाला भी कहा जाता है. कुदरती तौर पे अल्लाह ताला ने इस स्पाइडर के साथ ये एक फंक्शन इस स्पाइडर के साथ अटैच कर दिया है. इस सिस्टम इस स्पाइडर के साथ अटैच कर दिया है कि ये मकड़ी जो है ये अपने इर्द गिर्द एक सिल्की थ्रेड यानी कि बहुत रेशमी किस्म का धागा होता है जिससे ये जाला बुनती है. ओके, जिसको उर्दू में मकड़ी का जाला भी कहा जाता है. इन इंग्लिश इट मीन्स कॉबवेब, फाइन नेटवर्क ऑफ सिंगल थ्रेड मेड बाय अ स्पाइडर. फाइन नेटवर्क ऑफ सिंगल थ्रेड मेड बाय अ स्पाइडर, जिसको उर्दू में मकड़ी का जाला भी कहा जाता है. Clue here it means a thread. यहाँ पर इसका मतलब है thread. Okay, now I'm going to give you the explanation of this stanza number 4. Now just at the moment a spider dropped with its silken cobweb clue. अच्छा, this is the stage कि जब राइटर ने जब किंग ब्रूस ने ये सोच लिया कि I will give it all up. This was the final decision of the King Bruce. But suddenly what happened? Now just at the moment a spider dropped. और जब उसने ये सोचा कि मैं अब अपनी तमाम कोशिशों को तर्क कर दूंगा, I will not try again and again. A spider dropped with its silken cobweb clue. उसी लम्हे, उसी वक्त एक स्पाइडर जो अपने सिल्की थ्रेड से नीचे आन गिरा जमीन पर, फर्श पर. And the king in the midst of his thinking. अच्छा, in the mid भी कह सकते हैं, इसको midst भी पढ़ते हैं. इसका मतलब है के दरमियान. In the mid of his thinking stop. Mid means के दरमियान, के दौरान. And the king in the mid of his thinking stop. और जब उसने ये सोचा कि मैं अपनी तमाम कोशिशें तर्क कर दूंगा, इसी सोच के दौरान he saw a spider who was dropped from its silken cobweb to see what the spider would do. और जब वो स्पाइडर जमीन पर आन गिरा, किंग ब्रूस ने थोड़ी सी देर के लिए अपनी तमाम सोचों को रोक दिया. He had stopped thinking more. Why? Because he wanted to see that what that little spider was going to do. तो ये देखना चाहता था कि अब ये जो एक नन्ही सी जान है स्पाइडर, ये जो एक लिटिल क्रिएचर है, what it is going to do. अब जाहिर है कि वो अपने मकड़ी के जाले से वो नीचे आन गिरी है, वो अपने घर से नीचे आन गिरी है. तो अब ये क्या करेगी? अब ये वापस अपने घर तक, अपने जाल तक कैसे जाएगी? That is the turning point of in the thinking of King Bruce कि उसने थोड़ी सी देर के लिए अपनी सोचों को स्टॉप कर दिया, रोक दिया, सिर्फ ये देखने के लिए he wanted to see कि what the little spider was going to do, how it will be going back to its place. Okay, अच्छा जी, this is the explanation now. In these lines, poetess tells just at the moment when King Bruce was thinking to give up struggle, a spider fell down with his fine thread cobweb from the roof. अब आप सोचें कि वो छत से जमीन पर आ गिरा, यानी कि एक्चुअल में उसने वो अपने घर में था, अपने घर से नीचे आ गिरा. The king stopped thinking and began to watch the movements of the spider. वो लम्हा जब उसने ये सोचा किंग ने कि अब मैं मजीद कोई कोशिश नहीं करूंगा मैदान जंग में जीतने की और ना ही मैं अपने लोगों को मजीद खुश करने की कोशिश करूंगा, वही लम्हा जब उसने गिव अप किया, at that moment that little spider fell on the ground from its fine thread cobweb from the roof. And this thing has stopped King Spider to think anymore, and he wanted to see that what little spider was going to do, what he will do to go back towards its home, towards the roof. और अब उसके लिए ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज बन गई थी किंग ब्रूस के लिए कि उसने अपनी सोचों से हट के अब ये देखना शुरू किया था कि अब ये किंग ये कॉबवेब करने क्या लगा है. अच्छा जी, स्टैंजा नंबर 5. It was a long way up to the ceiling dome, and it hung by a rope so fine that how it could get to its cobweb home, King Bruce could not divine. Ceiling dome means rounded roof. Ceiling का मतलब वैसे भी छत होता है और dome means जिस तरह गुंबद होता है circular shape में, rounded shape में. So the roof was in a circular shape. Roof was rounded. To divine means to make out, उसको कर पाना, वो कैसे कर पाएगा. So it was a long way up to the ceiling dome, and it hung by a rope so fine that how it would get to its cobweb home, King Bruce could not divine. Acha, King Bruce was unable to understand. King Bruce was unable to make out that now this little spider had dropped from the roof, from its silky thread on the ground, how it will be going back towards the roof, because the thread on which that cobweb was on that spider was moving, it was so silky and very delicate. वो जो धागा था जिसपे स्पाइडर को चलना था, that was very very silky, वो इतना slippery था, उस पे चलना बहुत मुश्किल काम था. एक तो चलना और दूसरा ये, वो it was so delicate and narrow that it was quite impossible for the spider to move on that silky thread. इवन उस पे खड़े होना और उस पे चलना, एक तो वो स्लिपरी था, बार बार गिरने का डर था, और उस पे चलना एक नामुमकिन सी बात थी. Because the rope means the thread was so fine, silky and delicate, and the roof was circular, the roof was in the round shape. That is why it was quite impossible to reach on the roof for the spider. So this thing had made quite interesting for King Bruce to know and to understand how this little spider will go back towards the roof of that rounded roof or the ceiling dome. Okay, so what is the explanation? In these lines, poetess tells that the distance between the spider and the round roof of cave was great. यही चीज मैं आपको बताने की बात बता रही हूँ कि वो स्पाइडर छत से जमीन पर आन गिरा. So that was quite a long distance between the roof and the floor, and the thread of the cobweb was very fine. The thread of the cobweb was very fine, very delicate, and very slippery as well, that King Bruce could not foretell. Foretell means to make a prediction, पहले से बता देना, पहले से पेश गोई कर देना, foretell. That King Bruce could not foretell that what would happen and how would Spider reach his home. So the distance between the roof and the floor was quite too much, and the thread was very slippery and very delicate and fine. So it was quite impossible for King Bruce to predict or to tell before it reaches on the roof. ये बता देना किंग ब्रूस के लिए इम्पॉसिबल सी बात थी कि ये स्पाइडर आखिर कैसे अपनी मंजिल तक पहुंचेगा. ठीक है. अच्छा, basically this poem in today's poem I have only included today's five stanzas. I have only included five stanzas in today's lecture. Basically, I have told you that King Bruce learned a lesson from the spider. And what was the lesson? It was the lesson of determination, motivation, strong willpower. He wanted to a great deed for his people, but he was the failure. And this little spider had given a lesson to King Bruce to attempt again and again, to try hard, to try again and again. And this little spider gives a positive message and a positive thought to to King Bruce, and taught him that we are to be persistent and bold to achieve our aim of life. अगर हमें अपना aim of life achieve करना है, तो we need to be very persistent and continuous struggle to the main aim always produces a favorable result. और लगातार कोशिशें, continuous efforts always give us favorable result. हमारे हक में फैसला करती हैं अगर हम लगातार मेहनत और लगातार कोशिश करते रहें. We should try hard without caring for the resistance and circumstances of life. हमें ये नहीं सोचना कि what are the circumstances of our life, are the circumstances favorable or they are unfavorable. हालात हमारे हक में हो या ना हो, we are always supposed to keep on trying. This is basically a poem where a little creature spider has given a lesson to the King Bruce. He learns the lesson of motivation, determination, willpower, and strong decisions. Whatever the circumstances are, either they are favorable or they are unfavorable, we always are supposed to try hard. We always are supposed to work very hard, and inshallah, after these continuous efforts and tries, we will achieve our favorable results. We will achieve our target and aim of life. Okay. So kindly tell me, is this poem clear to all of you? Is the explanation of these five stanzas clear to all of you, class 10? Any confusion, any problem that you want to ask? Or any question? Acha, the central idea of this poem is basically, this is all about motivation, determination, and strong willpower. One needs to be very determined, motivated, and have a strong willpower to achieve the aim of life. Thank you, Fazia. Basically, if we are positive, we will achieve our aims. We have not to be worried about the circumstances, either they are favorable or unfavorable. Okay. So till our next class, till Monday, take very good care of yourself. Stay safe. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.